Nicole O'Neill once said, when you find the courage to use your voice, it has the power to positively inspire and change the lives of others. It is one of the special gifts you have to offer the world. It is something to be cherished and championed, never hidden. And that is why we are here on Your Voice, Your Impact. I am the energetic EJ. I am a life and transformational coach, and I work with women aged 40 and above to turn their abandoned dreams into achievable goals by activating their voice for impact. I'm also a podcaster and an event host. On this show with me is
great, so amazing. The goal of this show is to help people use their voices to create impact. I am a physicist and a life coach. What I do for my clients is I help them build systems to achieve their goals whilst having fun doing it. On this show, we discuss topical issues that can inspire you to move. Like, subscribe, and share. Welcome aboard.
All right, welcome on board. Thank you for joining us today on this pop-up session. So October is a month that is dedicated to wellness. Like there's so many wellness things going on this October. This whole month of October is dedicated to breast cancer awareness for women. In this same month, we had World Mental Day on October 10th. Tomorrow, in October 18th, is World Menopause Day. Awareness Day. So like there's so many things that is happening this October. So we thought, you know what, we want to tie into what's going on in the month of October to talk about wellness generally. So these pop-up sessions are dedicated to that. So we're going to have a few before the end of October. So watch out for that. Today is one we're kicking it off with, talking about menopause. Today, I think on Tuesday we'll be talking about mental wellness using art therapy, art psychotherapy. And then very soon, I think we're going to talk about domestic violence in a way with another coach and doctor. So it's going to be an interesting pop-up session. So please, you can join us. If you have questions around the topic we're talking about, just drop it in the comment section and let us have that conversation around it. Today on the show, of course, I have my co-host Grace in the building, as well as our guest, Dr. Glory, the holistic coach, global health advocate. No worries, she will give you a better introduction about herself. But Grace, how are you feeling today? Are you good?
Okay. I'm not very good, I must confess. No need to, we keep it real here. We keep it real here. I'm just in between. I'm trying to feel good. I always, get it done, right? But I want to be very factual today. That they paint these things all the time. I woke up feeling somehow, and I know it's one of those things. I'm trying to get some things, and those things are yet to, fit in. And I'm like, I'm asking a lot of questions. But then again, it's another thing for me. That's how I am able to gather my thoughts and then make things go for me. So yes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling too good, but I know that happy. So the beautiful thing about what we do here is, I know before the end of this show, the amazing good show. So I'm happy to be here, and it's looking like it is coming already. So and that's what I know would happen before the end of this show. So
thank you.
I'm not there,
thank you
but
for
I'm
sharing, and
there.
thank you for being honest. I think I could feel the energy as well, but I'm glad that you mentioned it out. And I think really that's the whole point of also talking about this. That's the whole point of having this pop-up sessions, to talk about our mental well-being, our well-being generally. All right, Dr. Glory, how are you feeling today? One name. How are you?
I'm so fine. I'm feeling fine today. Despite that, I'm still waiting for my food to come. you know when I joined, you asked why was I acting all good? I told you because I've not eaten. Yes. Once I eat.
Oga wife go activate.
But I'm fine. While waiting for the food.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here today. And for those of you joining us on TikTok, thank you for joining. You can tap on the heart if you can. I know you can't see my guests right now, but you can hear them. So you can be a part of the conversation. We're talking about menopause today. So if you know any woman, you can also share this link with them. All right. So Dr. Glory, we have you here today. We're just going to give you a few minutes to introduce yourself. Tell us what you do. Personally, I know you are a global certified health practitioner, and you are an advocate for wellness for women, especially talking about menopause and women well-being altogether. But also, you don't even talk about just women. You also treat some kind of a very, very specific.
All those men will go to carry white way. But just leave it. Let
So
it
please introduce yourself.
Okay. Holistic Dr. Glory here, a global mental health specialist, a global health professional, then a certified holistic doctor. What I do is basically promoting women's health generally, ranging from TTC moms to postpartum mothers recovering to women going through menopausal stage. I love working with women though. When people come to me, they'll be like, you don't work with men? You're biased. Why are you working with them? I said, because I love interacting with them. Like, I am a woman. I know what I've been through. Yeah. So I can actually relate to a woman. I can relate to your pain. As you are there now, you're saying that you're not feeling fine. I said, because this is my first time of meeting you. I was asking you, had even I've known you before, I would have, babe, you're not well. Talk to us off the camera. Talk to us. Do you get? That's how it is working with women. You can easily relate with their pain, their anger, their sadness, their joy. Like if Ejiro is over happy, I will know. I said, sis, share. I need to cue in so that when you tap into someone's blessings, your own comes. Yeah. So it's about working with women, healing women, and working with them, holding their hands throughout their healing journey. That's what I do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that beautiful intro. I see you, Madam Merola. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. And everyone joining us on Instagram, please drop a hi. Let's know you are there. And if you're on YouTube, also drop a hi. I can see some people on YouTube, but I'm not understanding the comment that they are leaving there. So, but thank you for joining us on YouTube. God bless you. And on TikTok as well, you can drop a comment and I'll mention your name as well. Thank you so much for joining us. So we're talking about menopause. First of all, I want to go dive at this. I know a little bit of story, but because of for the sake of those who don't know you, what's your interest in menopause? I know you talk about premenopause, this in a lot, and then helping women go through the menopausal phase. But why was it of interest to you? Please tell us, give us a backstory on that.
Okay. I usually tell people in my class during global mental health courses we did, before you could be a mental health specialist, you got on mad small. Like you must have gone through anxiety and all that, depression, so that you know how to handle someone that is depressed. So I was diagnosed of early menopause at the age of 36. You can hear a little kum 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 kum. Sorry, the electrician is working here. It's okay. So I was diagnosed of early menopause at the age of 36. I was going into 37 when I was diagnosed. But at that time, I was like, how can these people tell me that I'm going through menopause? How? Like, see, doctor, I'm not old though. He said, yes, they knew. The doctor, a male doctor then, he said, yes, that that's why it's called early menopause. So after going through that, I got treated because early menopause, you still have chance of conception. You still have chance for conception if you notice it early. So after being diagnosed, so I now asked the doctor, what time do I have? He said, you have all the time now. I said, okay, fine. That was how I got pregnant for my daughter. Yeah. A lot of people goes through, a lot of people are going through this early menopausal stage and all that,
yeah.
like going through early menopausal stage, not like the perimenopause. I'm not talking about the perimenopause. I'm talking about early menopause. It's a sickness on its own. Like, they are different.
Oh, please, can you help us separate?
No,
because I was thinking they are the same. So please help us differentiate early menopause and perimenopause.
Yeah, perimenopause is the starting of the menopause, when you are fully due for menopause, which the age is from 45 to 55. So when you are 45, the first stage of you going into menopause is the perimenopause. Then menopause itself is when you are fully 12 months without your period. That's menopause. Then post-menopause is after that 1 year of not seeing your period. That's the post-menopause. That one can last from 7 years to 14 years. This is entirely different from being diagnosed of early menopause. It's like when your hormones are messing up with you, that comes in early menopause. It's not as the same as perimenopause. Perimenopause is a stage on its own during menopausal stage. Early menopause is a diagnosis on its own. So,
fantastic. Thanks for clarifying
the funny thing, you're welcome. The funny thing is that the causes are yet unknown. But some of the causes, like the main cause, we can't even pin it down right now. But things that might link to it is they are unprocessed foods and those inorganic foods that we eat. And you know me, I love my bread and my bread and soft drink, cola. Then during that period, I was told to stop. How do I survive? Have you gone under the sun and come back home and you're running to your fridge? Fine. But the freezer, you see the soft drink like the cola, half frozen. And you sit on the ground in front of your TV with your bread I'm not Ajima when it comes to that. And I was told that this thing that gives me joy, that I have to stop it out of my daily routine.
Your diet.
I told him that it's not possible. It's not possible. Oh. I remember using this word, I beg all die not die. Then the doctor was looking at me like this, that this woman, you must be stubborn. So, and when I passed through that time, okay, I think it's my network or yours.
Yes, you're back. You're back. Go ahead.
So when I was told not to do all those things, I told myself, if I perish, I perish. But I have to eat this. I have to do this. At a time, now I may still use my hand, advise myself, Glory, if you want your own child, if you want your own family, this is the time to act. You can still enjoy your soft drink later.
Oh, network. Network. Okay. So network just threw Dr. Glory out. She'll be back with us shortly. But Grace, what's coming through for you as you are hearing all this perimenopause? Madam Mirella on Instagram is saying that she doesn't even want to look at it because she's approaching 50 for menopause. She now said, menopause at age 36. Why? But yeah, what's coming through for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always, because again, I'm in the midst of women for almost 10 years. I've worked closely with women, and we belong to the same group, different age groups. And the interesting thing is, you get to hear these things, you get to hear symptoms, you get to hear that, someone will tell you that, okay, it has started. So I've been hearing them talk about these things, and I know that one day it go touch us, you understand. And the beautiful thing is, I like to learn ahead to prepare myself before some of this, before we eventually get to that point. The good thing about this particular stage, or this menopause, is that when we're kids, when we're getting to the point of menstruation, this exposure and all the things we're hearing now, we didn't have that opportunity. Even our parents, my mom, she didn't sit me down to really tell me anything about it. We just learned it somehow. And I think it's somehow, okay, she's back.
Hello.
We can
Welcome
hear
back,
you.
Dr. Glory.
Welcome back.
This is what you get when you're here. EJ, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I got interrupted.
No problem.
So I told myself that it's okay to have your child now or have your children now, then start enjoying your cooler later. That was when I stopped. Then I went fully into holistic healing and the procedure. Then I got pregnant. Now, a lot of women are going through early menopause, but they don't know without knowing about it. They'll tell you, they'll tell you that it's hormonal imbalance, or they'll tell you that they have a PCOS, or they'll tell you they have a fibroid without being diagnosed. So because that was my first time of hearing anything like that. Like, I didn't know that there is something like early menopause. I only knew about menopause. And what I knew about menopause was when you are very old. Once you get to menopausal stage, that means you are about to be the oldest woman in your community. I didn't know there is something called early menopause. It was my first time. So I took it upon myself. I did research. I did courses. I started preaching about it. Auntie, please go and check yourself. Tell your doctor that you want to check if you're okay, if your ovaries are okay, if you're having any chance of going into early menopause, being diagnosed. Just go to the hospital and check yourself. I started doing that, and it turns out that a lot of people are going through this without knowing. And some people that even like they found out and knew about it, but they don't want to talk about it because they believe that people will judge them. You're going into menopause. That means you're old, though. And we women, we don't like to we don't like to be called old. We want to stay young forever. Meanwhile, menopausal stage is actually the stage where you start doing those things that you were unable to do because you're not breastfeeding any child. You're not going to be pregnant. So do your thing. Nobody's going to stop you. Come on, we are taking baby to school. You're not taking any baby to school. Like, this is another phase in your life that, okay, some women, they grew up without like enjoying their youthful stage. You not see them, you are hitting 50, and now you start going to club. Now you start traveling. What are you doing in bikini? Showing your bum. What are you doing? They've started living because they don't have anything to lose again. Like, you can't beat someone who's on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the floor. You can't push me down. No need. I'm on the floor. Like, what do I have to lose? I don't have any other thing to lose. So that's the best time to start doing those things that a woman couldn't do while growing up. Maybe because of childbirth, maybe because of taking care of home and all that. That's the time you start rearranging. That's the time you start nurturing, mentor, like start loving yourself again. Because we do lose ourselves as women. We do lose ourselves trying to be mother, trying to be sister, trying to be wife, trying to be boss, everything. We neglect taking care of ourselves. Instead of you taking yourself to the spa to take care of it, I'll buy milk. And wrinkles will be creeping out. You don't want to take care of yourself because of taking care of your kids. But during menopausal stage, during that menopausal stage, they are taking care of you by God's grace. Even when you're still taking care of them, it won't be like breastfeeding them and spanking their bum bum. Sit here, sit there. No, they are all grown-ups. So menopause is actually a blessing. I am happy that I was diagnosed. At that time, I wasn't happy because my knowledge of menopause was being at the end of the road as a woman. And you know me, I love to I love fashion. I love to look my best. So I was thinking, this one, they say menopause. That means I'll be getting wrinkles. This is my fine leg will have wrinkles. That means my joints. I started checking the internet, researching about the symptoms. I found out that one of them will affect your joints. You might not even be able to walk well. I said, see me see wheelchair. How do I now, enjoy life? But it wasn't. It's not like that. You know what you don't know, you become scared of it until you have a full knowledge of this and know how to manage it and maneuver, even thrive during menopause.
Wow,
so dear,
amazing. Grace, please. I know there are a lot of things going on in your head, please. Even though you're not on 100%, but still, I know a lot is going through your mind.
I also work with women. I also work with women when it comes to health and wellness, emotionally and physically. And, in this our group, we talk a lot about, different women at different stages. I have a question for you, and I'm very happy you mentioned that, it's not the end of the road for you as a woman.
Yeah.
That period when you were, what led to that point for you even checking? Because some women may not be, maybe it's a case of, okay, maybe they were trying to conceive before they discovered that, okay, this was an issue. For some people, I'm living my life. When it happens, it happens. But from the story you just shared, at what point did you see the need to check out, to find out that, okay, there's a problem here? What were the things that you were noticing that gave you that insight that, look, I need to check myself with the doctor to know that, to find out if there's something actually wrong?
Okay. I am this type of person that whether I am well or unwell, I go to the hospital to check myself thoroughly. I do that every 3 months.
The network happened again. Is it that network?
Again, yeah.
Or call, or battery, one of the three.
She's back.
Okay. Oh, his network. His network.
Yeah. So I do that every 3 months. Whether there is something bothering me or not, I go to the hospital. I think now it's your network.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
We can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
So,
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So nothing was wrong with me. I went to the hospital for my normal health check. So the doctor was my friend. He's late now, though. So he was my friend. He now advised, have you done your AMH, anti-malarial hormonal test? I was like, wait with that one. He said, you can check. I'll do it for free. I said, okay, as long as it's free, do it. So after doing that, the result came the next day, and he said, we need to talk. I was like, do I have HIV? He said, when they say we need to talk, I was like, do I have HIV? He said, no. Say no. Say nothing serious. But we need to see and talk and all that. I said, He said 1 p.m. I was there by 11. Me that doesn't like going to places on time. I'm always late. But because when a doctor tells you we need to talk, you won't sleep. So when I got to the place, when I got to the hospital, he said, okay, it was this lunchtime that we need to take a stroll. And I say, this one is serious. Now they are not talking to me sitting down. Now we have to stroll. I don't even have a wheel to wheel out to someone. I don't even. So we started talking. He now said, what do you think about menopause? I say, menopause is my mom's thing now, all those old people. So he said, do you know anything about early menopause? I said, which one is early menopause again? Is there any menopause that is early and late? Okay, maybe early that people wake up early, late that people wake up. He said, Glory, just calm down and let's talk. You're too hyper. I said, do I have menopause? He said, no, you don't have menopause. Said, you are being diagnosed of early menopause. I said, no, it's not me, because this result here did not say anything about that. He now pulled out one from his breast pocket and showed me. My name was boldly written on top of it. I was like, ew. I started crying, as strong as I am. I started crying. He said, no, don't cry. It's not something serious. It's just something you can manage. I said, I don't like managing sickness. Anything managing sickness, it's strong. It's too deep. He said, no. I said, okay. So as you talk menopause now, I go still have picking. You see, depending on how fast you act, and you should stop eating some certain things. Immediately, he said, cola. He said, and stop your bread that have bromates inside. I said, bread. When you buy soft bread, you have to press them together. That's the best.
Like Nikai and classic bread. You don't get a squeeze bread, eh?
Thank you, Neka. That time, I felt like part of me. That was when it dawned on me. Like Glory. This is serious. This is not you being playful. This is serious. Pay attention. He started listing out things I shouldn't do and all that. I was like, how they go out. If I perish. See this cola, I go drink them. I still bought one going home. I branched to the bakery, bought my bread, hot. Went home, I sat on the floor, ate my teeth. After eating, I started crying. I said, God, it's like you were sleeping when this thing happened. Though. I mean, this guy didn't lie. It was a moment of me reflecting. Like, what have I done wrong? I called him again. I said, sorry, I walked out on you. Sorry, I spoke to you rudely. But what causes this? what could be the like possible cause of this early menopause? Why? Like, why a 36 years old person? Because I started researching. I saw from 45 to 55, the menopause can come. So why me? The road still far now. He now said that the causes of menopause are still yet to be identified, but there are things that can actually lead to early menopause. I said, oh yeah, tell me. He said, one, like that's a cooler that we quarreled about. I said, okay. Second one, said those canned foods, not sleeping early, not taking care of myself. I said, taking care of myself, how? I do take care of myself. I go to spa, I take care of myself. They say, no. How long do you, like how often do you detox? How often do you take care of yourself? It's not about going to check whether you are okay or not. If you find out that you're not okay, what do you do? You know, in Nigeria, we love taking a alabuku. If you're having headache, is alabuku. If you're having malaria, is alabuku. Everything is alabuku. And another one is bubodishe. And every other thing that happens to you, you take paracetamol. We don't normally go to the hospital and take proper care of ourselves. The doctor talked to me, talks. I was like, okay, you know what? You see all these things that you just said now, eh? I'm respecting you, but I don't think I can do all those ones, because stop eating this, stop doing this, stop. So I should stop breathing. I started quarreling again, no. I got phone. After 1 month, I wasn't sick, but I was acting strong. But not in the shell and nothing, but deep down, I was worried. I started being like, I started losing weight. I sat down, I gave myself another final advice. Glory, this is time to act. That was when I now went back to him. That was when I went back to him and told him, okay, I'm ready, I need help. So I wasn't having any symptom. Normally the symptoms were there, but because you always think that it's cramp, normal time for period and all that. I was having abdominal pain, but I didn't even know anything about early menopause, my dear. Like, I didn't even know.
So question.
I was thinking, okay, maybe it's
sorry to cut you, Dr. Glory. When you said, that abdominal pain, so did it mean that did your period stop in those seasons, or were you still seeing your period even when you had
No, it didn't stop, but it was scanty. And you only be worried. At that time, I was single to stupor. You know what is single to stupor? So I wasn't even checking if you come out to.
Nothing to fear. I feel you.
Once I see spot, I say, this month don't pass. So I didn't care checking whether it came out properly or concern me. As I don't see spot, okay, we are done for this month. So when that thing came, when I was diagnosed, and I sat and I started reflecting, okay. Oh, okay. So these are you will come inside the room, because one of the symptoms is forgetfulness. You will come inside at the age of 36. I will come inside the room to pick something, and I will stand at the center of the room thinking, what if you, like, maybe after let me give you one incident. From the bathroom, after shower, I came inside to wear my undies. I stood at the center of the room thinking why I came all the way from bathroom to inside the room to do what I came there to do. I was standing there. Then around 60 seconds is 1 minute, yeah? I stood there for like 2 minutes. And I remember I said, not to wear battle. And I went out collect. Do you get? I was like, ah. And sometimes when you want to write something, if, if, you hold your pen. The spelling of if. You will hold your pen. Spelling of if, if. The simplest word. If. Then after some minutes, after some seconds, sometimes it will run into minutes. You now remember, say, if. You now write it. I said, no. So what I did was when the doctor gave me all the advice and things to do and all that, I took it upon myself to do more. I started researching. I found out they were doing a course about that. I enrolled. That was what actually helped me thrive. I reversed it. But they said you cannot do it medically, it's not possible. I did. Holistically, I reversed it. That's what led me to this journey. That's why I'm here today. I took it upon myself.
Yeah, thank you so much for, that was very rich, because that question was intentional, because some people might actually be going through it and they're not aware of it, or but because, like you said, because of the fact that as women, a lot of things are about the same thing, like you said, if you don't see too much, but it came out, it may be okay. And then again, you're hearing when they talk a lot about certain things, and you start to almost create symptoms for yourself. There's that part. Yeah. So I want to, this question it's about what's happening in recent times about the quality. There's a new research around the quality of the egg, of women. So there's this, normally what we used to know is as you age, your egg begins to decline.
The egg declines.
Yes, that used to be the story. But now, research shows that the egg continues to stay qualitative. And yes, that's the latest research. And
that's the latest research.
Yes. Now, so that's why I said that story, because I know some women that, because of the stories they have heard, the stories we keep talking about, they almost create these symptoms for themselves. Do you believe that you can, for someone in this field working with different women, do you think that some people can even by themselves create some of these menopausal symptoms even before getting there, and not clinically dealing with perimenopause or even early menopause? Do you think it's a possibility? If it is, what do you think about it?
100%. 100%. Sometimes when I get to work, I first I have a routine. Get to work, talk to myself. Today I'm going to do better. Today I'm not going to quarrel. Today I'm going to be nice to every woman that walks in here. Today is the best day. Because sometimes these women will come in, they will test you. They will test you. Somebody will walk in, I tell the person, okay, fine. This is your test results. I will evaluate the test results until you are not going through any menopausal symptoms. You're not going through any menopause right now. He said, lie. Say she's 45 and she's having back pain. I said, okay, you can have back pain. You're aging. But your result clearly shows that you are not experiencing any menopause symptoms. They say, they will not go. The next day they will call you. You told me that one of the signs, symptoms are insomnia. I didn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep last night. so sometimes, well, you will not understand. Sometimes you be like, you're a baby, I would have, but let's leave it like that. They do create symptoms 100% all the time. And also, one thing that I found out during my research journey and evolving, I found out that even during your menopausal stage, you can still get pregnant. We've had so many cases here. We've had cases of 50 years. 50 years. So this menopausal thing is what is just man-made. It's man-made, if you ask me. It's man-made. Because from 45 to 55, that's your menopausal, that's when during the perimenopausal stage, yeah? So what are you doing being pregnant at 50? You're supposed to be experiencing one of the symptoms that time, yeah? And during the time of our forefathers, 60 years, they still give birth. That's why they had too many children. Now, too much of research and too much of education, I think it's not too good. That made us yes, made us believe that this is how it is. You're telling me that menopause, okay, the definition of menopause is permanent. Listen, permanent end of menstruation and woman's reproductive years. Then what is somebody who is 50, 60 doing with pregnancy?
Could it be an exception? Because to every rule, there's an exception. Could it be?
Yes. Yes, but now it's becoming too much because people are now aware of it. People are aware of it. Women, during this journey, I discovered that women are now taking care of themselves. Women are now being intentional about their health. So you don't see too many cases of menopausal breakdown and all that. The person might be going through menopause, but managing it very, very well. And if you manage it well, you can still get pregnant. If you manage it well, there is nothing like hot flush. So people are creating symptoms. When you tell them that you don't have any symptoms, you're not going through it, they will go back home. And I told you, my client called me the next day that she did not sleep. So that one of the symptoms is insomnia. So she's had, I said, Auntie, don't worry. By the time this menopause will come, now you go wrong. It never come. Calm down.
Why are you inviting it?
You're inviting it.
Right.
Yeah, some of them will sit down.
Yeah, and just formulate. I think another thing that would be nice is to know, okay, so for how do we manage it? Basically, whether you are, because like you said now, it's like because women are taking better care of themselves, they are able to almost like maybe not
having the symptoms,
not experience completely, push the timing forward or reduce the is it the harshness of the symptoms. So how can women generally care for themselves to position themselves better so that they're able to better manage that season?
It's simple. Lifestyle change. No two ways about it. Lifestyle change. If you're the type that will eat swallow, apple, fufu in the morning, eat it in the afternoon, eat it at night, stop. Be intentional about your intake. Because what you feed your mouth is who you become. Instead of doing your normal soda, cola, go for fresh juice. And you see yourself glowing. You can see, you see women from 50, 60, women from 50 to 60, 65, 70 now. If you see them, you be like, what's happening? Because they are not being intentional about their health. You barely see them drinking carbonated drinks. They make their drinks by themselves. Probiotics. Do them at home. You can prepare these things at home. And once you start living right and you start seeing the effects, women will like glowing skin. We like being complimented. You look so young. They will start. They won't leave it. They won't stop. Like, would I dare? They would dive deep. So that's why you see people now, it now looks as if people are not going through menopause again. People are going through menopause, but they're managing it well. And when you manage it well, you won't have any symptoms. And when you manage it well, you will still have children, no matter the age, or else maybe your waist is aching, you can't carry.
You know, you know, one interesting thing, because of thank God for social media. Social media is one to, and that's why we do what we do, so that we balance information and let people see that, look, there are several possibilities. And I mean, thank you once again for sharing all these nuggets with us. One thing that I have discovered, you know, just following some women on social media, that I find interesting is that you hear some women say that, and say when menopause come, you no go like sex again at all, everything about sex. And then I flip to the other side, I see some women saying that, why didn't you people tell
They
me that
become a honey
when I
rat.
get to 50, I'm now, you know, you know, it goes to show, you know, that different strokes for different folks, right?
Yes, what works for
However, but
Mrs. A might not work for Mrs. B.
Mrs. B. But there's
Yeah.
usually a standard. Now let's talk about, you know, generally in science, there's always, when a child is a certain age, the child start developing tooth or teeth, and then, you know, it comes with some symptoms. It's growth. It's not a bad thing. It's good, you know, and that's
Yeah.
how I am. I want us to see, you know, this particular subject matter. That, look, even if, you know, everyone sees menopause as a stage where they should be going about being worried and all of that, I want you to talk about two things. First, what is the standard for the sexual part when it comes to menopause? The standard, the science, minus all the stories that people come up with, but what's the standard when it comes to sex? And then secondly, what's the good thing about being menopausal? You mentioned it, but share a story so that people, or say something to people that are afraid and are developing anxiety disorder just because they are approaching menopause. And then also people that think that they are winding down. You know, I want you to speak to those set of people, and then also please let us know what sex has got to do with menopause. Hit it on, Dr. Glory.
Okay, like the notion we all have, even scientifically, is once you hit menopausal stage, your urge for sex goes away, because one of the symptoms is dryness of the private part, like dryness of the vagina. Yeah. So when it happens, please make use of, I'm not talking about over-the-counter lubricants. Make use of your olive oil. If you're what they call it again? If your skin doesn't accept olive oil, please use a sage oil. Look for natural oils that lubricate there and do your thing. Don't deprive yourself of oye because of menopause. Then there are some women that will tell you that during this period, that's when they want to do it. That's their peak. So what works for me might not work for you during this time. Some people will come in and say, that's why you hear a lot of people having sugar boys. Then their older husband, not husband, husband, will not be able to satisfy them because they are going through something. The changes in hormone for me might be different for you. Might be different from your own. What you're experiencing during your menopausal stage might be different from mine. Yours might be you become a honey rat. Me, I might become I don't want. I'm scared of. I'm scared at the sight of anything standing. Hallelujah.
Not be Bola you dey call am, Glory, why you dey form?
I've repented. So that's the thing. What works for Mrs. A might not work for Mrs. B. But scientifically, it shows that every woman during your menopausal stage, you will not like sex because of dryness of vagina, which is one of the symptoms. Meanwhile, in some women, during that time, they are moist 24/7 down there. That's why sometimes I sit down and I say, oh, this thing is like man-made. It's like now we put words together and form this thing. Like, if you said, okay, this is it, this is how it is, this is what my studies shows, this is what people who studied, who was there before me, told me about menopause and how to treat it. You have to follow the procedure. If you have to follow the whole thing the same way. Oh God, it does not work like that. During my own practice, I've seen a lot of people do it differently. I've seen a lot of people do it differently. I met this woman. I use her like she's my godmother right now. I know maybe she will see this and she will laugh at me and warn me not to use her case as as an example anymore. So this person, very beautiful woman, hardworking, but when she started having the symptoms, she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know what was happening. She started having symptoms like the hot flushes and the midnight sweating and all that. You won't feel comfortable at all. So she reached out to me. She said, I always see you talking about menopause. Are you sure I'm not going through menopause? I laughed. I said, how can you go through menopause? You're still young. You know those athletes that they will be young, they will look young, but they are old. This one I'm talking about should be like, I think 50 something. So when we started talking about it, and it happened that it's menopause. It was definitely, it was symptoms of menopause then. But now she doesn't have those symptoms anymore. So I now mapped out a meal plan for her. I told her, this is how you're going to tackle this. Live right, live happily. Menopause is not the end of it. In fact, this is the best time to start. You see those your bump shots, start wearing them. Those your hot legs, start showcasing them. You don't have anything to lose now. This is the right time to start living again. She said, now true. I said, yes. I said, book that ticket if you have the money. Book that ticket. Go out, go on a vacation, eat your best food, dine with people, hang out, mingle with people, talk about your experience, tell people about your experience, share your experience with people, network. You don't have a lot of time left to make use of the remaining one because anything can happen tomorrow. Yeah, if you get to this, if you've lived from when you were born and get to this menopausal stage, you tried. Like anything can happen. I'm not associating it to menopause, but anything can happen at any time. So live your best life. She started living right. Now, if you tell her, menopause, if she hears you talking about menopause, she'll tell you, you don't know. My daughter told me that menopause is the beginning of 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀. That's what we normally tell ourselves. So if you see her now, you will think that we both are the same age mates. No, we're not. She embraced menopause perfectly. Like I pray if I ever go into menopause, I don't know if I'm because I've experienced that. I don't know if I'm going into it again. But if I ever experience it again, I will do better. I will do better. You start living right. You start traveling if you have the money. Like I keep saying, if you have the money. If you don't have the money, don't travel. But live right. Eat well. Eat clean. Eat clean. I'm not telling you to skip your carbohydrates. You can eat your carbohydrates, but in moderation. Know when to eat it. Not at the middle of night, maybe midnight, around 12 a.m. You are standing up to go and scoop soup and eat your swallow. the food will still be there. It will not digest. And you will see someone with a flat tummy at the age of 60, and your own is out, looking like somebody who's pregnant. I don't want to be a body shame anybody, but live right. Live right. Menopause is not end of the like the end of every woman, a woman or any woman. Once you start living right, you see that like menopausal stage is one of the best stage, because it's a new phase. It's something you've not experienced before. Like, it comes with this freedom of not buying pad every month. Yes, it comes with that freedom of not buying pad every month. Freedom of not being feeling cramped every month. Freedom of not you will not be afraid of Ebola, because even though you see it, you sit on it perfectly without wearing it raincoat. There's nothing going. But if you are still ovulating, something going to enter. So if you're sitting on any Ebola, be very, very careful, because if something enter, only you go carry out. And you know, giving birth to a child at old age is one of the worst experiences you will go through, because all your bones are weak. You understand? You need strength to carry a child. So a lot of things, a lot of advantages you experience during menopausal stage, but people do make it seem as if menopause is the end of it. It's not at all. It's not.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think, if we sit here and let you tell us some stories, we will laugh, Taya. But again, from all we've talked about this evening is to say that for me, I think when you said maybe it's man-made, I think my own stand would be that it still depends on your wiring, your what you're made of, just the same way that even if both of us have the same genotype, the same DNA, not DNA, sorry, the same genotype, the same blood group or whatever, we're still going to be a bit different. So it's almost like it depends on your body makeup and all of that. And to say that also there are exceptions in the rule or of every rule. And so it's like when you said, that lifestyle change. So I think it's for me, what I'm taking away from this conversation is to say that let's be more intentional. Let's be more intentional about how we're living. Be aware that these things are part of life. It's just like getting old. The older you get, the more, like you said, the bone gets weaker. So it means that if you realize that, yes, oh God, I'm going through this one, my bones are going to be weaker. You can start at this early stage to start to what's the word now? To start to train
preparing yourself.
Prepare yourself, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's workout that work for you, you work out. If it is supplement that would help your body to cover up for the this thing that I'm missing, the what's it called? What is it called? Vitamins. Oh God, I beg you. The vitamins. Your supplements can help with that. So yeah, again, these are some of the things that I'm taking away from this conversation. Dear ladies, dear women, don't be afraid. Don't let anxiety swallow you up because you are approaching menopause. It's something that you're not going to avoid anyways. But with the right kind of mindset, you can thrive even through that season. You can face it and you can make it like another phase, just another phase of life. Just like when you started your period, like, I'm no longer a girl, though. I am now a woman. Anything can happen. If I near any goal, anything can happen. So you begin to change your lifestyle to suit that. It's the same way to say, okay, now you're switching, that phase of life. So thank you so much, Dr. Glory, for sharing with us. But if somebody wanted to say, maybe have this conversation better, to say, you know what, I want to speak with you. I want to maybe diagnose, or I'm feeling these things and I just want to confirm. How can they connect with you, and what would be the best way to reach out to you?
My website is open. My all social media platforms, I'm there. Holistic Dr. Glory. Holistic Dr. Glory. Then my official business page is Holistic Wellness Clinic. That's the name of my clinic. Yeah.
Holistic.
Is it okay to mention? Holistic Wellness Clinic.
Wealth Clinic. Okay. All right.
Wellness.
Clinic. Okay. All right.
Yes,
No
every
problem.
other one is Holistic Dr. Glory. I'll be there.
Okay,
It's
fantastic.
okay.
So guys,
You can mention where it is if you have a physical place and you want them to. It's
Yeah,
okay to
yeah.
mention.
It's okay, Holistic Wellness Clinic, Caris Court Estates, Lakey, off Orchard Road. So come, let's talk. When we talk, Ejiro will not hear it. Grace will not hear it. I won't tell anybody. Don't worry. I won't mention your name. Just in case I'm using your case as a case study. Nobody will know it's you.
all right.
Why are you laughing, EJ?
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's been a beautiful conversation with you on menopause talk. So please, ladies, don't be afraid of it. Rather, learn more about it so that you are better prepared for that time when it comes. Thank you so much for joining us on this pop-up conversation. It's October Wellness Conversation. We'll be back again next week with another pop-up talking about another area of our well-being, mental, physical, spiritual. We're going to be talking about that all through the month of October, just to kind of commemorate this whole month as a month set aside for wellness in different areas. All right. So thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you in our next session. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.